We got it running. Trying to figure out, make sure the fan works on this thing. Smokes a little bit. At least the temp gauge works. It's about 1/4 to almost halfway there. But she runs.
There is a special feeling at Oldsmobile. There is a special feeling at Oldsmobile. More than the luxury ride, it's a feeling of pride that you feel inside.
Oh good, the gas gauge does work, kind of. Just real slow. There it is, Geo runs. This here is my 1989 Geo Spectrum. Very small economy car. Been working on it for quite a while now. And I finally just got it running. Has a little 4-cylinder engine in it. Can seat 4 people as well. Technically 5 if you're feeling brave. Up the radius here a little bit. Very, very minimal. Crank windows. No power locks. It's just, well, technically you have to do it by the key. Because the interesting on Japanese cars, and yes, this is a Japanese car, when you close the door, pops the lock back open, so you don't lock your keys inside. It might seem trivial, but hey, that's actually pretty cool, especially since I've locked my keys inside my cars many, many times over. This car has 120,000 miles. It's had some engine work done, which I will show off here soon. This car has been totaled out and brought back to life. And in 1989, you see from this badge, 1989 was the only year for the Geo Spectrum, because they used to be called the Chevy Spectrum for whatever reason. I guess to change over the branding to keep the actual American Chevys separate from the imported ones, which this car would have been a Isuzu Gemini, I think, or Gemini, whatever, how you pronounce it, or it was also sold as a Isuzu Impulse, or not Impulse, iMark here, my bad. So, but they weren't, let's say, fully committed, because you still have the Chevy badge on the horn button, which is just a little beep. And you also have the Chevy badge on the grill. Now, I said before that this car was totaled out. And you're probably looking like, hey, this car's pretty clean. There's not too much rust on it. Only a little bit underneath. And the exhaust is Swiss cheese. What could be so bad? Oh, yep. This quarter panel totaled this car out like 5 times over, because the Kelly Blue value is about 3 cents and a piece of used chewed gum. So it doesn't affect the handling or anything. The suspension is all straight. But yeah, this car has a broken axle on the passenger side, which I have one in order. It only cost me $23 for a CV axle, which is insane. On my Trofeo there, it cost me $120. So $20, $120. And these two cars were made during the same time, 89 and 91. So, let's see here. I got a whole bunch of parts for it in the back here too. And you can see there's a little fan there. We'll go over what was going on with this car and when I first got it. Just some aesthetic changes, which was really just one, was I put these trim rings on here, which are from my friend Cooper. They are from his 86 Honda Civic, I think it was. but they fit perfectly, like legit perfectly. So it's pretty nice. So added those on, spiffed it up a little bit. I gotta repaint the wheels. My goal with this car is to take it on the Lemons Rally. Possibly the one that goes from Pennsylvania to Alabama, or if they do in 2021, the Great Lakes Mistake. So if they do that, then I'll take that on that. I'm leaning towards the Great Lakes Mistake, which goes around Michigan and Canada and the Upper Peninsula, and then Wisconsin, I believe, as well. So, and there's not many gas stations out there, so I thought an economy car such as this would be perfect, because this thing sips gas. So let's show underneath the hood here, and then we'll move on to the, well, I guess I'll show off the interior first. So, like I said, very basic. It's got a couple rips in the seat, but it feels all right. It's got a blue cloth interior with grayish, I guess. Got, which is one of my favorite parts of this. You got your headlight button, parking lights, and then off. And you can see, glows nice and green. Pretty cool. So, and yeah, there's the mileage, 120,399. So there's that. And then you got your wiper buttons here. Of course, well, it smudged up the window. I got to replace the wipers. But so yeah, there's that. This car came with rear defrost for whatever reason. I guess since it was a northern car all its life. And AC was also another option, which the AC compressor is still sitting in there, but it's unbolted and just kind of laying on the firewall. I think I'm going to remove that. Either that or get another AC compressor and actually like get this thing to work. I might do that. You got a cigarette lighter, an ashtray, which is holding a bunch of change. You got a Zuzu radio, which came out of like, what my friend Dylan said, came out of like a Zuzu truck of some kind. And it works too. You just press the button here.
New single called Trouble's Coming.
And only the passenger side speaker works on it. This thing is, unfortunately, this is where it's going to kill the gas mileage. It's a 3-speed automatic. This thing is garbage. I really don't like this 3-speed automatic. I really wish this car had the 5-speed in it. I'm still tempted to swap it, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know if I want to put that much work into it, but I just might, considering what else I did. And there's, of course, you got your glove box, and it says Spectrum up top on there. So let's move on to the hood. And that was one thing I actually had to repair, was the hood hinge would not let go of the hood for whatever reason. So let's open this up here. I think you gotta do that. And you got just a little hood prop here. There we go. That probably look perfect. So here's the beauty. This is a 1.5 liter Zuzu engine. Don't know what the designation is of it or anything like that. This thing has a new head gasket, a new head as well. Put new spark plugs. I'm waiting on the air filter to come in. Still got this junky air filter. And I did a ton of vacuum lines on this thing. Oh my gosh, there are so many on this. So yeah, there's that. I gotta throw in some washer fluid. Right now it's got some like green gunk in there. It smells horrible. And then there's the overflow bottle. There's the power steering, optional power steering. And then down there, you see just kind of laying there is the AC compressor. I don't know why it's unhooked, but it probably needs to be changed. So I'll probably pull that out and put a new one in. Or just leave it disconnected. Who knows? Got a new used to have a Delco battery in here, which was, I think, original to the car. It was early 90s Delco battery. I guess it would have been the second one then. But yeah, I just got that O'Reilly's Super Start battery in it, which was actually pretty cheap. Probably for tractors, honestly. Hey, you got, just run-of-the-mill stuff. But yeah, we have really reliable engine. I need to fix the exhaust on here, and I have a new actual manifold, because you can see here, this one is cracked. So I need to replace that. But overall, good engine. And there's even a little thing for the vacuums. And they really don't hide the fact that this thing is a Isuzu, which is fine with me, honestly. And some more information. 1,000 RPM, stuff like that. Ignition timing, all good this stuff. Engine displacement, 1.5 liter. So there's all that stuff. How to set your parking brake and all that. We did some fine tuning on the carburetor. And one of the big problems on this was that someone hooked the vent line from the transmission, that 3-speed automatic transmission down there, to the intake manifold vacuum. So the engine was pulling transmission fluid into the intake manifold and then burning it through the exhaust. And it was causing great plumes of white smoke, and I thought that the head gasket had failed on this a second time. But luckily we were able to figure out the problem and what was happening. So that was pretty interesting. It looked like a fumigator for mosquitoes. So, but yeah, so this is a pretty cool car. Not too many around that I know of. This one's, I mean, it's in pretty bad shape, but, I like it. Another cool thing, I got to go to the other side because this side's locked. I forgot to unlock it. It's another thing, no power locks or anything like that, but I can show you guys on this side. So, for this, you have this little side glass here. Actually, I should have just opened up the back trunk here. Oh, can I do this with one hand? No, I can't. There we go. Ooh, it's not going to hit the door, is it? It just might. Nope, we're good. And somehow these struts still work, which is beyond me. So, yeah, here's all our parts I still got to install. I got to put some plastic pieces back, but I got struts, I got tie rod ends, I got all this stuff for this car. But yeah, so you can take these seats down like so, and you lay them down like that, which is pretty cool. And with this side glass, since these cars didn't really have that good of ventilation because you only have the 2 front windows, you also got this little side glass that pops on out, which I think is pretty cool. That will definitely come in handy in the summertime. So I'll put that back. There we go. And it closes just like that. And we can close the trunk lid. Yeah, plate's not very well secured. Well, yeah, so that's my Geo Spectrum. It's not a very, I wouldn't say interesting. I mean, it's interesting in its own right, per se. Because, I mean, they don't build cars like this anymore. I mean, look at how thin this door is, for Pete's sakes. Get into a rollover accident, you ain't surviving. I guess I can start it up once here. Oh, and also, for whatever reason, these are the original floor mats down here. Well, I guess I can't show them. But they say GM on them for some reason, I guess. GM wanted some part of that. But we'll go ahead and start it up here. Just for a minute. Or for a second. Starts right up. You can hear it's super loud. I'm not going to rev it up high because it's still cold. So yeah, so there's that. There's still a couple issues besides the exhaust I have to take care of course. Well, there's the axle on the passenger side, which I might make some videos of these if I have the time between work. So I got the axle on the passenger side. got power steering pump. It's whining a lot. I'm not sure if it's because it's low on fluid or what, but probably have to replace that. Of course, the AC compressor. Still waiting on that air filter. I've ordered it from 2 places and I still haven't received it from both. So we'll see what goes on with that. But yeah, that should be it. And I got to replace or get an alignment for this thing. And then we should be good to go for the Lemons Rally coming up. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be sometime in 2021. So it's not anything soon, but you know, here's hoping. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.